All right, so here again we have Kortschnoj and also
Here is we have
Petrosian.
also a very surprising game because Petrosian also playing with black. He equalized in one moment, and afterwards his opponent went wrong somehow, you see. He waited a little bit too much, Kortschnoj is white. He was preparing too much, you know.
For the attack.
In one moment he could play better with a small edge for white, you see. We'll see why. This is a normal position from Queen's Queen's Gambit, with a small difference that white played in meantime Queen b3, which is not necessary. You have to play immediately Bishop g5 and e3, like many other games that we showed before, you know. Queen b3 is not necessary, and until the end you'll see the difference. He'll have many problems because he moves here and there with the queen, you know. Okay, knight b7, black has to equalize. Okay, e3 until now is a very slight advantage for white, you know. Okay, so bishop d3, so he prepares the counterplay on the queen side, a normal way to play, you know, b6, bishop b7, waiting, you see. Okay, castle, bishop b7. Well, first of all here, in one moment, immediately or later on, white has to prepare the move e4. If he arrives to play e4 in one moment, is a little bit better for white all the time, you know. So rook d1, all right. After rook d1, what did he play?
King
h8. He's waiting again, you know, Petrosian. Petrosian wants to see what happens. So now, you go wrong a little bit or you played well. Now, if he wants to play, like I told you before, he played rook c1, no? Black... knight e8, okay, now after knight e8 he took in e7, until now everything is all right. And now e4, if he plays e4, slight advantage for white. In every position, white is a little bit better. Because you have to take a decision. If you take in e4, is a little bit better for white. If you don't take in e4, you have to be very careful because he wants to take 3 times in d5. He attacks 3 times the square d5. So what to do? If you take in c4 is a little bit better for white. If you take in e4 is a little bit better for white. If you play knight back to f6, you lost the tempo. Because you played knight e8, knight f6, you know. And in the meantime, he can push also, you know, with e5. Clearly better for white. A little bit, but not too much. But I told you, it's no counterplay for black. This is very important also, you know.
But he took,
and what happened? He took in d5. He took another. He played another plan, which is slow. You know, he wants to play. You know, surely. The same position with a slight advantage for white, but not giving the same small counter chance for black. This is a little bit too much.
You wanted to surprise.
Well, queen a4. He played now with the queen here and there. You'll see. And that makes the difference. Okay, first of all, Petrosian equalizes here with knight d6. Now it's clear why it's equal. Because he has control on the e4 square. He has control on the e5 square. It's okay. White has no threat immediate. You know, he can't play immediately e4. So therefore, he has to prepare again, starting all over again. But okay, black is okay. It's no threat. And now, after queen a3, he wants here already, he wants to play e4. But after rook e8, he can't play e4 because he uses...
Thank you.
Sante. And if he plays e4 now, black takes in e4 is okay. Black has a very good game, you know. So you can't take... The surprise is that you can't take in a7 because you lose the queen. Rook back to a8 and the queen is lost, you see. Yeah. So maybe he didn't see this, but if you don't see like this and your name is Kortschnoj, is a little bit too much, you know. So, okay, he prepares, he realized the fact that it was a mistake, you know, and he wants still to prepare e4, okay. So from here, Petrosian plays very actively, you know. He has an even game, and he wants more. Okay, f5 is the good move, you know. Knight e5. He's desperate, right? He wants some counterplay. He realized the fact that his opponent is coming, you know. So he wants to take first in a7 later on, and then maybe the pawn from b6. If he arrives to take 2 pawns, it's okay. Yeah. But he has no time. So, okay, he takes in e5, takes and takes with the queen. And now takes in a7. Now, what to do? He has to do something quickly with black, you know. So, of course, d4. Yeah, he accepts the challenge, but now look at the position. The position completely different. Black took the initiative, and white has to defend very well, if possible, to, you know, to hope that somehow he escapes from the position, you know. But it's already very difficult, even if it's Kortschnoj for white, you know. f4, you know, he threatens something tactically, you know, to have some activity, but now he is very weak on the e file, and therefore he loses the game, you know. He loses the game in a very beautiful way. So from now on, the position is forced. He can't take the d4 pawn because he loses immediately. If he takes in d4 after queen takes, you know, he loses at least a piece. He takes with check, and then you have to move the king. He, you know, takes in e1, and you lose the bishop, at least, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right, so what to do? Knight d1, very sad, but okay. Now, from now on, the position, you know, queen d8, excellent move, you know. Now he gives you the possibility to go wrong again because you don't have any good move. What to do? Rook e2, I mean, just, you have to do something, to play something. Yeah? And now again, a very strong move, c5. Why is very strong? Because he gives you again the move, you see. Now, if you take in d4, he has time to take, and then he moves the knight, and you lose immediately the pawn from d4. And if he gives you one check in d4, it's too much, you know. Yeah. So, right. What to do? He took now. Now again is forced. This is a fantastic move against c4, because again you have to move something with white, but you have to accept the fact that you lost completely the initiative, and black is coming with all his pieces to attack you, you see.
And the queen is out of the game.
The king is there in f7 doing nothing, you know, until the end, you see. So you have to take in e8. He takes, and now you have to retreat the bishop. What can you do, you know? It's okay, Zugzwang. After rook e1, you can resign here. Okay, he played, but okay, a few moves. Queen a3, the last hope to come a little bit in, coming back with the queen. So again, it's no move. The rook is unprotecting, therefore you can't move the knight. If he gives you one check, queen takes d4 check, you resign immediately, you know.
Okay.
So what to do? d5, the last hope. Now you can't take with the queen because he hopes to have the possibility queen f8 mate, or to trade queens, you know, after queen g8, which is also winning for black, but, you know, more difficult. All right, and now black is coming, and he plays knight d2. Again, Zugzwang. What to do? You lose at least a piece. Now, in this position, he was a little bit in time trouble, Petrosian. He could win immediately with queen h4 check. Queen h4 check wins immediately. After this, and g3, he has check in f1. Rook takes f1 check. Yeah, rook, king e2, and queen takes h2, and finish there. That wins immediately. So he didn't play queen h4 check. He played something else, which also wins immediately by taking like this. Takes there, king and took there. Now, if you take in d2, you receive mate in any position, you know, somehow. Well, the last hope is queen e3. Well, piece down. You know?
Yeah.
And now the last very strong move, c3. Now, again, Zugzwang, complete Zugzwang. Threatening bishop c4 check.
Yeah.
So he resigned here, I think, no? After c3.
He resigned, yes.
Yeah. No move at all. Catastrophe for white, you see. In a few moves. Again, a very tactical game from Petrosian, totally unexpected, because nobody would expect something like this, especially after such an opening. In the opening, he was slightly worse all the time, you know?
Yeah.
But immediately when he had a small chance, look what happened.
Become very aggressive.
Yeah, he played very well until the end, finally, you know? Beautiful game. Of course, Kortschnoj is the guilty one, because he gave the chance, you know? If he wouldn't play like this, of course, it was not possible. But okay, he gave the chance, and look the result, you know. The result, immediate result, you see.
Different person.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful, no?
Yes,
right.
yes.
Right.
Beautiful position.
Petrosian.
Nice. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
You are.